Hi guys, I'm Marie.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are here recording Lost in the Woods. We are coming back from our summer break. It's going to be a slow transition, but we are starting to get back into the studio and get back to recording. Today we are talking about 29-year-old Aidan Roche.
We literally can't find anything online
that actually pronounces his last name. We can only find his first name.
Yeah.
He grew up in Longlands, a central Middlesbrough neighborhood in the UK. Aidan started hiking at the age of 3, and he loved the outdoors. Aidan actually works as an offshore chemical engineer, and he was living in Leeds, but was planning to move back to Middlesbrough after his trip to Switzerland. He would be taking his camper van across Europe for 2 weeks. He had originally planned this trip before COVID, but had rescheduled and was just getting around to it now that everything was opening back up. So it's 2023 when he is leaving for this trip.
Okay. So his trip went pretty much as planned until day 12. So he planned on hiking the Eiger Trail on Eiger in Switzerland. And the Eiger stands at 3,967 feet. And it is one of 3 large peaks in the Berries overlands near the village of Grandewall. And this is a very popular hike for rock climbers. The north face of the peak is known as Mordwan, which means death wall. At least 64 climbers have been killed on the Eiger since 1935. But this is not the route that Aidan was doing. He was simply hiking on the Eiger Trail and not going to the summit.
Right. So very, very different, right? It's like in the Pacific Northwest, if you hike or summit Rainier, there are a ton of hikes that you can do that are easy around the mountain. And he's doing like one of those easier hikes around the mountain, not going up to the summit.
All the articles say that he took a train, but his message says that he took a cable car.
Right.
So, but there is a train and a cable car, so we don't know which one he took.
Or if he ever got on the train or if he only took the cable car, which looks like a gondola to us.
But he could have taken the gondola and then taken the train,
Right.
It looks like, because that's what somebody we just watched a video on
Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not entirely sure.
But either way, he ends up getting to this trail, not by walking, but by taking some sort of transportation.
Which in the Alps, mad respect.
Yeah.
Those mountains are huge and those cable cars just cut off awful hiking.
Yeah, when we did the Tour du Mont Blanc, we took multiple cable cars where we could.
Yeah.
Like if we could take a cable car to cut off some of our elevation or some of our mileage, we did that for sure.
Yeah, like we did not hike to the trail of the Tour du Mont Blanc.
Where we started, right.
Because it's like this hike, it starts way the fuck up there. And like you can hike.
We saw people doing it.
You can also take a cable car. So we're like, we're going to fucking take the cable car.
Well, and our mileage, the mileage that they actually count starts at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
So if you don't take the cable car, then you're adding an
Extra
additional
mileage.
like 6 or 7 miles onto your hike. So we took the cable car up. Either way, super cool. Definitely how I would have done it.
Also, either way, he got to this trail via not walking up that high.
Right.
So it is June 22nd, 2023, and the temperature is between 60 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit and is reported as clear, sunny skies. Although my mother watched a video from that day on the mountain and it actually looks kind of cloudy, but not stormy, just cloudy.
Right. Now, Aidan had kept in consistent contact with friends and family, and he even had service on this hike.
Yeah, because he was sending texts.
Right. So, and he does this the entire trip. So when people stop hearing from him abruptly, they become worried pretty quickly.
Yeah, because unlike the mountains here,
there's no service.
There's no service. If there even is a town, it is a town that
doesn't
have cell service.
So here, if I was going to go up on a mountain here, I would need to have a satellite phone in order to communicate.
But over in the Alps, that is not
the
same
service.
thing.
And we had a lot of service when we were hiking too.
We did. It's It's actually kind of crazy how much their mountains are like, you can go on a hike and you can go to a refuge where they have a
Wine
restaurant
and soda and
and there's gondolas up in the mountains to take you to these places. It's not just like there's one ski resort on the side of the mountain and
Right.
that's all that's out there. It's just still a mountain and still like the outdoors. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not like,
Right.
but there are a lot more towns, bigger towns up in the mountains in the Alps than
we
there
have
is here.
Yeah.
Like you'll run into a little dinky one gas station town here in the mountains and it's just,
yeah, it's very different than what we normally see here. But his family would file a missing persons report with the Swiss police. And I couldn't find the exact day that they filed that missing persons report anywhere. Like, I could not find the date that the missing persons report was filed. But it was not the day that he went missing. It was after that initial day, at least.
Aidan's brother Connor said that he's a character and this solo travel thing is exactly the type of thing he loves. He can talk to absolutely everyone and can just make friends with anyone. So his family wasn't really worried about him trekking, but the lack of communication is what concerned them.
Yeah. The search would last for 5 days and would include police, mountain rescue, dogs, and even drones. Police were able to access his phone records and found out that his phone was turned on but wasn't used or moved on the day following the 22nd. So the 22nd is the last day that anybody hears from him. And according to his phone records, after the 22nd, his phone is on, but it doesn't move. But they're unable to ping the exact location of it. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So this would most likely, in my mind, mean that something abrupt happened to him or he was separated from his phone on the 22nd.
His phone's probably in his backpack. He could have just set it down and then trailed off and
Could, yeah.
fell.
That's what I
something.
mean. I think by the end of the day on the 22nd, he's either separated from his phone or something has already happened. After the 5 days of searching, his family was informed that they would have to pay for the helicopter to continue going up and that the official search was winding to an end. So the Swiss say, we will continue to send up a helicopter, but you guys will have to pay for it if we do. That's so difficult. Like, what kind of decision do you make in that situation? Of course, you're going to pay to have the helicopter go back up, but we're talking thousands of dollars.
So Aidan is 6'2" and about 187 pounds. Or 13 stones.
Right, which I love how that they measure weight that way. I'm going to say I'm probably about 9 stones.
I don't know the stones measurement.
I don't know either.
He had a distinctive tattoo on his right forearm that said, there's no spaces, I can't read it.
Yeah, so it looks like it says may as well, and then it says may Sina, which to me doesn't mean anything. So I'm wondering if it's another language. Now, Aidan's camper van would be found nearby and was uncharacteristically unlocked, according to friends and family. So they did find his camper van, but it's unlocked, which his friends and family thought was strange. I don't know. I don't know how strange that is. I mean, when you're camping, I feel like you become less worried about stuff like that, I feel like. Like if you're like hanging out in a campsite. Now, on July 7, the family posted an update, which was done by Tom Bushby. And this was posted on their GoFundMe, which had been started to raise money for the helicopter and the search efforts. He said, from all the friends and family, we want to thank each and every one of you for your support, love, and kindness through this difficult time. We are meeting with the team who will be running the advertisement campaign soon. With the funds we have raised, we have already confirmed screen advertisements in 24 locations across the region and will be discussing other avenues as well. This is only possible because of what you have done here. Thank you. Now, I actually really like that they quickly took out advertisements about him missing to post at gas stations and other places. Because if you think about it, This is a highly trafficked touristy area, so a lot of people who would have been in the mountains at the same time as Aidan might not even be around anymore. And the only possibility to try to reach them could be through these advertisements and social media. And we know sometimes people are never found that were out there. Like, I think the girl sitting on the bench, the main person in the video, they still haven't found her. On July 9, he posted another update. We have been meeting with the team who organized the search efforts. They have let us know that the fee for the helicopter used during the search efforts will be charged to the family. So, does that mean for the whole time the helicopter was used? Because I know that depending on where, like in California, one of the cases we covered, if you're a resident of California, a search helicopter is covered for you. But if you're not a resident of California and a search helicopter has to go out looking for you, you have to pay for that.
Why does everything have to cost money?
I know. I really, really hate that.
I saw a story where someone called 911 because something was happening, and the 911 operator literally told them to call an Uber. It'll be cheaper and the same amount of time to get you to the hospital. 911 operators are telling people to call Ubers instead of calling fucking ambulances. That's not...
Well,
no.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. Now, he also said, we haven't been given the exact pricing for this yet, but we suspect it will be in the thousands. We want you to know that the funds raised here will not only be used to generate new leads for the police, but will also be used to help pay the upcoming helicopter charge. So it sounds like they're trying to be very transparent on this GoFundMe account with what they're using the money for.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you all for your ongoing support, love, and kindness. And then on July 11, he says, thanks to the generosity and hard work of everyone who has donated, we are able to secure double the screen time on the screen ads that will be in petrol stations, shops, shopping centers, and more across locations. We have been able to achieve so much thanks to all of you, and now we have the best chance of reaching people who could have the crucial information that we need. We will be in continuous communication with local authorities throughout the campaign, keeping up to date on potential leads and hopefully the redeployment of search teams. With your continued support, we plan to look at other avenues of raising awareness in the area until he is found, and to secure enough funds to cover all costs of the helicopters. So please, if you haven't already, we would appreciate you sharing and helping us reach our goal. And then on July 20, so July 20th, we are how many days missing? June 22nd to July 20th. So he's almost a month missing at this point. A month. This update says, thank you for your ongoing support. The work that everyone is doing is fantastic and highly appreciated. I also have an update that the family has extended family will be going out to Switzerland again on the 21st to continue the search, focusing first on the location the pictures were taken and where the messages were sent from. Now on July 21, his brother Connor and Niall, I think, maybe, would arrive in Switzerland and retrace Aidan's steps on the Eiger trail. They would spend 15 days searching the trail, but they would find no sign of their brother or any of his belongings. And then Aidan's family releases the last video that Aidan took before disappearing. Well, the last one he sent anyway, because we don't have his phone, right? Along with one of his last known text messages to his friend, Nicole Richardson. Now, I couldn't find the exact date that the family releases this video, but I'm assuming it's before July 25 because I've seen the video shared as early as the 25th. Like, that's the first time I see the video being shared.
Okay.
So I know it's before that, but I don't think it's a long time before that. The message thread shared starts with Aidan saying, I'm on the Eiger trail, Grinwald. Then he sends a video, and the video is taken at 11:36 a.m. So this gives us a much better idea of exactly where he was on the Eiger at 11:36. In the video, he pans around showing the view. You see a woman in a baseball cap sitting on a bench, as well as multiple hikers coming down the mountain in his direction. And in a video is also a large waterfall. His friend Nicole says, "Looks unreal," with a heart eye emoji. "Is it a proper mission? You look pretty high up." X. What's the X mean?
It's something that people in the UK do.
So apparently, we just looked it up. Apparently, an X is like an alternative to a period. It's to make the sentence a little sweeter, like a kiss.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because it's true. Here, you don't really put a period on the end of your sentence because it makes it sound like you're angry. So we just don't put a period on the end when we're texting. This would be an alternative. Let's start doing it.
Yeah, well, guess what? Now voice texts will put a period for you at the end of your sentence if you're voice texting.
Who uses voice text?
Me.
Oh, I don't.
It's like all I use.
I don't text enough to need to use voice text. Okay.
Well, I don't either, but I'm sure as fuck not typing out all those letters.
Aidan responded, "It's high like ha. I cheated though. Got the cable car up and walking down." Which that's how we knew it was a cable car and not a train, but we didn't know if he also took the train.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Also, Aidan sent a message to a friend he had made at his campsite, and the two of them had planned to have drinks after their separate adventures that day. Aidan sent at 13:07, which is 1:07. Hello. I should be in Grindwald in about 2 hours. What's your plans?" His mate said, "Hi, I'm at the canyon entrance already. Buses aren't operating over noon, and that smashed my plans. Decided to walk here then. I will text you when I'm out." Aidan then sent him a picture of the trail and view saying, "I'm still pretty high. I'll see you back at camp," with a bicep, arm, muscle emoji. His friend responded, "Nice view," with the hang 10 sign. These boys like their emojis. And he said, "I'm out now and walking back to Grindwald. See you later." Then at 21:20, which is 9:20, his friend sends him a new message after not hearing back from Aidan saying, "Did you climb up the whole Eiger North Face? I will go to sleep early. Your toothbrush is under your back tire." So they had plans to have a drink, but Aidan doesn't show up. So he makes a joke, "Are you climbing the whole Eiger North Face?" Because that's the really dangerous summit that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know why he had his toothbrush, though. That's kind of weird.
So on July 25th, Aidan's friend Beth Taylor posted a video that had the videos and the pictures in it with the people and asking everyone to share the video. In it, she says that Aidan likes to blare music from his speaker in his backpack, so if you didn't see him, maybe you heard him. She also asked for help to identify, the people on the woman on the bench, the people coming down the mountain. And she said that he most likely would have talked to anyone he encountered, so asking people. And also, if you go and look up Aidan's name in TikTok, it'll pull up that video. So go ahead and watch that, share that and everything, find the video.
We also have a link to the video in our show notes as well.
Perfect. Go there, like that video, because that's going to do nothing but help get more word out about this case too.
Right. Now, on July 30, Connor, his brother, released a statement saying, "We just need some more information. We've had nothing coming in from any of the missing posters." He also said in an interview with The Guardian, "I try to keep up hope that maybe he's decided to wander off, or he's hit his head and forgotten who he is. But I have to drag myself back to what we actually know, and the evidence suggests that he's still on the mountain, and we haven't found him yet." The most rational statement I've ever heard from a family member. It's not something he wouldn't have been able to manage, but sometimes all it takes is a freak occurrence for something to go wrong. And we have said this 100 times. It doesn't matter if you're experienced and you have everything you need. Something could still go wrong.
So his brother Niall said, "There's none of his bag or anything that he had with him. It doesn't make sense how we haven't found anything from the timestamp of the picture he sent. It's about 90 minutes of hiking and is not particularly difficult. All of that trail and beneath of that trail and beneath all the rock faces beneath the trail, we've searched thoroughly and there's not a trace." So on August 8th, so the friend that made that video,
The TikTok video, yeah.
yes, she posted in an update, she said that they were able to locate the woman named Rochelle in the video, who said that she had talked to Aidan and they had even looked at a map together. Her message said, "I'm not the girl sitting in the picture, but I believe I was just behind the couple near the waterfall in the pic released." He had been to a higher peak the day before, but he couldn't remember the name of it, so we looked at it. We looked at the map together and said he wanted to go up higher again the next day. And we split up when I walked to the Alpglein. And he said that he was walking down to Grenwald, where he said that he had been camping. He said that he had 2 days left and he had been traveling for a couple of weeks. He was wearing a bright red sleeved shirt, also why I recall him, because bright shirt.
Bright red, yeah.
I think a black long pants and a black day pack, which I mistook for an overnight pack. But he said it was a day pack in that he had
Peerages and teenies. I'm assuming that's some sort of snack or food or drink.
He was very friendly, happy, and talkative, and I recall a tattoo.
So to me, this is a legit sighting, right? She knew how long he'd been in town. She knew how long
Where he was going?
before he was leaving, where he was going. They spent more than a couple minutes chatting about the peak he had done the day before. They looked at a map together. Like, she got a pretty good look at him. And now we know he was wearing a red shirt when he went missing, because we did not know that before.
Yeah. Well, he probably had that green over thing on in the photos. He probably had an over thing on and took it off later in his hike. The family also believed that he was hoping to visit Gletscher Schloss, Glacier Canyon, which is a popular tourist attraction, in the car park, and they pleaded for any dash cam footage from the 22nd.
So they're thinking maybe he went to visit this Glacier Canyon
That's
after
also
he
in the
came
same
down, right?
car park.
So they're asking for anyone that was in that car park to check their footage.
Also, feel free to make fun of me for how I just fucking pronounced
It
that
was
Glacier
bad.
Canyon.
It was bad. Look it up, you guys, if you want to actually, if you were actually in the area and might know what it is. It's GLETSCHERSCHLUCHT is how it is spelled.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we butchered it.
I tried for literally 4 minutes. I
Yeah.
swear to God.
And then in the video that his friend had posted, she mentioned that David Pilates actually covered his case on his Missing 411 YouTube channel. I went and watched it. Now, he kind of seemed to imply on this episode, and maybe I read into it wrong. If you want to go check it out, let me know, that it was suspicious, this disappearance. And he also referenced another missing person case that occurred nearby. He said that authorities knew where he had been by pinging his phone, and they sent helicopters up, and he seemed to think that the situation was strange. Now, I couldn't find that they were actually able to ping his phone, like its location. As far as I actually read, they were able to tell that his phone had been on, but hadn't moved. But nobody said anything about them actually being able to ping the location, as far as I know.
That means they've pinged the location. If it hasn't moved, I would assume.
It could be, but I didn't find anywhere where they said this is where his phone last was. The only thing I found about location was them locating the location of his video and pictures that were sent to people.
Maybe it's suspicious to him because it doesn't make sense that they could figure out that his phone hadn't moved without pinging the location. So why wouldn't they just go to the location of his phone? Because that doesn't make sense. How can you know that it... Please let me know if you understand how it works, if they can ping the phone and realize that it hasn't moved, but not have the location of the phone, the last known one at least. I'm confused on how that works. So maybe that's where he's coming from with that suspicion.
So that is basically all of the information that we have about Aidan, period. But go click on the link, look at the TikTok. I'm also posting his GoFundMe. But we're really hoping that the rest of these people can be tracked down and maybe somebody has a better idea of where he ended up. Right? And maybe this family will be able to bring Aidan home someday. Like, I can't.
I'm just confused how they found zero trace of him. I bet you he's not even up there. He probably went to do a different hike or something. He probably made it down faster.
Well, and that's the thing. We don't know because beyond the video and the messages that he sent, he didn't send anything past that. But we know that after the 22nd, his phone doesn't move.
He probably slipped and fell.
I'm thinking that is probably what happened.
And he's just like trapped between a rock or
and
some
there
shit.
are some places that he could have fallen here. And there's actually a crazy story about the Eiger, the north face of the Eiger, which I'm going to be posting on our Patreon. It's absolutely crazy. It's about 5 climbers attempting to climb the north face in 1936. It's crazy. But it just goes to show like how dangerous this mountain can be. Mm-hmm. And he might not be on the dangerous north face, but it's still dangerous. So we're really hoping that Aidan's family will be able to bring him home. Like I said, go and check out our links for this show. And yeah, let us know what you guys think. Where did Aidan go? All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. And we will talk to you soon. Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you have anything to say? Madison, what did you do with your summer?
Literally worked.
All summer.
All summer. I had 2 jobs for most of the summer.
And I did some hiking. I did a lot of hiking, actually.
I went camping once.
Yeah, you got out there a little bit.
Once.
It looks like a dirty plastic bottle.
It's not. I'm upset, though. It doesn't light up anymore.
Maddie's trying to make me try her Red Bull, which she has in like a dirty plastic bottle.
It's not a dirty plastic bottle. It's an old souvenir cup from Disney World. Has Star Wars aliens on it. It's like that.
It looks
that
like
milk.
a milk jug. Yeah, it looks
is.
like a milk jug, but it's like kind of grayish in color, which makes it look like a dirty plastic bottle.
Oh, well, like it's Star Wars, so like that's all texture. That's all on it. It's not dirty.
Okay, I'll try it. Does it taste like plastic? It tastes like the plastic.
It doesn't taste like plastic. No.
Oh, that's pretty good. What flavor is that?
Desert pear green apple with a tiny bit of lavender in it.
Huh. Interesting.
We've been getting our own syrups and stuff.
Oh, I like it.
So
yeah, that's a good idea.
We only have a few syrups right now because, they're expensive. So we're slowly trying to accumulate them.
The Red Bull's expensive too, but it's so much more expensive to get it from the stand.
It's so much more expensive.
Costco Red Bull and then
that's
syrups.
what we do.
Yep. Where do you get your syrups from?
There's this.
I've gotten them from Cash and Carry.
Chef food stores near us, which is basically Cash and Carry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's Cash and Carry. Yeah. It's just another.
They also at the Cash and Carry that I go to, they sell the muffin tops, like the lemon poppy seed and the chocolate chip ones that I like to get.
Oh,
sometimes.
I'm sure this one sells them too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I just heard about a hiker that fell with his GPS and died. He had a GPS and everything, slipped and died, all by himself. So he died. They found him dead.
Yeah.
We just do this podcast and talk about all these people that go out in the wilderness by themselves, and then
I'm going out there very prepared, though.
I think that you're overestimating the way that nature works against you.
I'm not. I know that nature could take me out if it wanted to, just like a car could take me out if it wanted to. I just choose to pretend like I won't die out there. Okay.
Personally, would not.
I know you would not. And I appreciate that you would not. I don't want you out there by yourself.
Hey, I will literally do it just because you said that. Don't fucking tempt me. I will literally get my backpacking shit and go up right now by myself.
First off, you're going to die before you get there because your lung capacity is zilch right now because you have done nothing